Float's Uncommon Fossil. And now that I've migrated my account over to Live, I have access to all of my cards in one place. So it gives me the opportunity to play some decks that I've been wanting to. And one of them that I wanted to do as soon as Lugia came out in Live and was available to everyone on the ladder was Beefeon. It's a deck actually originally developed by content creator 10 Types that I think I've tweaked a little bit. It's still a fairly it's an old build, and I think it needs some updating for the current meta and maybe adding some new cards in. But the way it is now is pretty effective, and I just want to show off the deck. So the B in Beefeon is Single Strike Beedrill, a good card with the persistent sting attack. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any special energy attached, it is knocked out. So any Pokemon with special energy, and obviously Lugia decks, that's all they're really playing, and there's a lot of those around. You knock out any Pokemon with one shot. Now, it's a stage 2, but you have Single Strike Mustard to get into play, so I don't play the basic or stage 1 with the deck. The Feon and Beefeon is Leafeon, a very nice Vstar. It's 260 HP, which is okay. But then if you use the Leaf Guard attack, it's 3 energy, which isn't great. It does 180, which isn't great. But then during your opponent's next turn, it takes 30 less damage from attack. So then it gets it up to 290. So there's not many things that can one-shot it if you've attacked already. But really, the big power of this Vstar is the Vstar Power Ivystar, which essentially is a boss, right? You can gust up any of your opponent's Pokemon from the bench to the active. And because you're using Single Strike Mustard on a regular basis, if you need to get a Beedrill into play with Mustard and you need to switch on your opponent, it's really nice having that option. The deck plays the Drizzile Inteleon engine that we know of. It plays 2 of the Sword and Shield Inteleons with Shady Dealings, 1 of the pinging Rapid Strike, Chilling Rain Inteleons. And then the other, and then it plays 1 Galarian Meowth. At times, I think the deck could play 2, but 1 in here, it just for its ability, Evolution Roar, you could discard 2 cards from a hand to search for a card that for a Galarian Berserker. That's the card that evolves from Galarian Meowth. Now, the deck doesn't play Galarian Berserker, but it is a way to discard 2 cards because you have to get down to Mustard being the only card in hand. And then the other card, which I get some value out of, I've kind of toyed around with, does it belong? Should I cut it? Do I want a second one? I've kind of tried different options. It's Empoleon, not a card that sees a lot of play, but it's a fun one. It's a stage 2. Emergency surfacing once during your turn. If this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you have no other cards in your hand, you may put this Pokemon into your bench. If you do, draw 3. So another card that wants to get down now to no cards in hand, but it goes onto your bench, you draw 3. So it's a bit of a draw engine at times. It's useful for that, I will say. And then the other thing is the attack. I do get some use out of it. Water Arrow, it does 60 damage to any of your opponent's Pokemon for 1 energy. So, the fact that it goes from discard onto bench, it can do 60 damage for 1. If you've had to attack, say, with Leafeon Vstar or Beedrill's second attack or something, it can finish some things off. So it has some value there. Energy count's pretty simple. 5 grass, 2 water. I think that mix seems to work pretty well. Trainers here. Single Strike Mustard is the key card here. It's obviously a single strike. It's when you can only play this card when it's the last card in your hand. Then you search your deck for a single strike Pokemon, and Beedrill is the only one that is single strike in the deck. You put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. If you searched your deck this way, draw 5 cards. So it gets a card in play, and it draws 5 cards, which is a good number of cards. So if you need a piece or 2 to finish off setting up your attack for that turn, there's a good chance you will get it. So it plays a couple Air Balloon because you need some switching because Beedrill always goes on the bench. You need to switch in. Energy Search to get your grass or water energy. Some Evo Incense, Rod, Pal Pad. 1 boss. Again, it is useful. 2 nets, Training Court, 2 Training Court, maybe more Training Courts. I'm not sure. Training Courts are very useful card in this deck. It puts a basic energy from the discard into your hand because it guarantees, as long as you have a grass in the discard, when you play your Single Strike Mustard, you're going to have that one energy to attach to Beedrill. So it's useful in that regard. Level Ball. 2 Raihan. Raihan's good for accelerating energy. It lets you attack with your Inteleon if you want to. That's partly why it carries the water energy. And it searches for any one card, which is good. Quick Ball, a bunch of Ultra Balls, and 1 Choice Belt. So that's the build as it now stands. So I will jump in to the rank ladder, see how the deck goes. So it was a decent deck. It's kind of a problem-solving deck, as I like to think of it. Each turn, you're trying to generally get that Beedrill into play. You've got to get down to a Single Strike Mustard in hand, but nothing else. So you got to kind of solve that puzzle. How do you get to that position? And then how do you make sure you can attack that turn? Because you still need a few extra pieces to make that work. All right, I'm going first, which is good. I really would have liked to get... I don't know. So there's this glitch. Like, why is my Level Ball highlighted? Like, I can play it. I clearly cannot play it. It's the setup stage. And, there's just certain glitches in the game. Hopefully they get this resolved soon. So the Eternatus, this is the alternate art that came with the deck on the ladder. Not loving this position, I gotta say. I will get another Sobble into play. I really would have liked to get a Leafeon V into play because that has the ability that lets it accelerate 1 energy. It lets you accelerate 1 energy to any of your Pokemon, I believe is what it is. I don't remember. It might be 1 grass energy. All right, so they're playing Galarian, which makes sense. It's in the deck. It's a wheezing deck, so that's going to make things tricky. It'll shut down my Inteleon engine. All right, so they have basic energy, right? Yeah. So what am I going to do here? All right, so they're going to shut things down. I'm going to evolve the active. I have Scoop Up Net. What am I going to do here? I am in a bit of a bind, so I think I'm going to attack with my other Sobble. So what do I want to get into my hand? I have a net already. I think I'd like to get... Do I want to get a Leafeon into play? I think I do. Or do I want to... Yeah. It's not great. All right, so I need to get rid of something here. I want to keep the energy. I want to keep the Leafeon, I think. I should have checked that. That was a mistake. I will get rid of the Inteleon. No, I'll get rid of the Beedrill. The deck plays Rod. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't get rid of the Vstar. Let's see, my Rod is prized, I think. That's not great either. So play him. Scoop up my active. I do have an energy in the discard, which could get useful at some point. And I keep calling. And I could have used the other attack and accelerate to this guy too, couldn't I? In which case I should... No, I got to do that. Maybe I should not have attached to the Sobble. I'm not sure. I think I want to start attacking with the Beedrill still. Problem is if they get the wheezing up, I can't use my Inteleons. So maybe I should have used Leafeon's ability attached. I would have had 2 energy on a Leafeon V. Might have been the best situation. I'm not sure, though. All right, so they're gusting. So, but I already have an energy in the discard. So that gives me a retreat off the Sobble. So that might be useful. Although, actually, I'd have to bump the Galarian, though. So I think the deck plays 4, most likely. At least 3. So they will win the war there. All right, this is interesting. So, let's evolve the Leafeon Vstar. I guess I grab a mustard. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a Scoop Up Net in order to switch him out. So let me get my mustard. We'll see what happens. Get rid of my Inteleon. I'm going to fail the search. Let's just take a quick peek. I've got the 2 there. All right. My opponent obviously hasn't set up. They have not been able to attack yet. I don't have room on the bench at this point for a Meowth, but it's okay to this point. All right, so, but I have... if I get if I get a net, then I think I have what I need, right? Net lets me switch. Do I have net here? Wow, I have like nothing going on, which isn't good. I need to place something down though. So I will evolve. Yeah, that I could attack with him next turn if I chose to. I think I want to wait on... I think I want to attach an energy. Let's see what I got here. So I think I want Energy Search here. It's not a good start to the game for sure. But I'll get my Beedrill set up to attack next turn. Maybe. I mean, it's just not a good game. Has not gone well for me. But my opponent's not doing much either. Obviously, Galarian, I meant I couldn't. So, all right, so my opponent sees that I have a Beedrill set up. They attach the special energy. They did 30. If I can switch, I have game. So I don't know why they did that. Except, all right, well, so I have game here. I attach, I switch, and I win. I don't know if they... Oh, I don't have that. So let me see here. That's right, they have Galarian, so I'm being foolish myself. So I'm just going to end turn. But now, by attaching, I am closer to getting out of the active for sure. Doing 60. They might be able to accelerate to the benched. I'm not sure. So I have knockout there, so that's not great for them for sure. What do I want to do here? I do want to start getting things rolling for me too. I could Raihan to him. Might not be bad, huh? Raihan to the Leafeon. I might like Leafeon this game. So let me Raihan there. What do I want to get? I do have a discard. I might want to chuck a... I'm just going to chuck my Empoleon into the discard pile. And I might get a Galarian Meowth. And I think I want to bench him, right? Because if my opponent doesn't knock me out, I don't need to bench something else. But now it gives me a lot of good options. And now I will take the knockout for 3 prizes. I'm not sure why my opponent set me up for this, but they did. So obviously, Eternal, this Wheezing deck wasn't what this deck was built to play, really. Why I was thinking about it. You know, it was originally built to beat Mew, I think, is when it was constructed initially. My opponent cannot knock me out this turn. We'll see what they do. And I haven't used my V-Star power, which means if they attach special energy to any Pokemon, I will probably gust it and knock it out. Let's think. Do I want to... What do I want to do here? I think I want to attach to Leafeon, I guess. Is there something else I want to do? What's Leafeon? They need 2 grass energies. Yeah. I could get a training court or something. I don't think I want to do that at this point. What do I have in the discard? Just 1 water. I might be getting myself in trouble here, but I think... Yeah, I'll just use Jet Spear for 110. I do have access to Training Court in my deck, and I have searches for that. What is that? Okay, it's a different Ultra Ball, Altard Ultra Ball. Kind of interesting. So throwing down a Crobat, which makes sense. Some of these effects are too powerful in live. I just noticed it, and it's a bit, now that I've caught my eye, I can't stop looking at it. Unfortunately, I get these type of things really capture my attention too much. What is it? It's 230 HP. I do 180, so I don't have knockout with my Leafeon Vstar. Its damage output is far from dominant. Okay, so they got rid of the Umbreon VMAX. I think it just plays 1/1 there. I will lose my gusting ability, which is unfortunate. So I drew into Training Court. So I think I could just knock out the Coughing. I might do that. That might be the play. All right, so I'm going to bump the Stadium, get the energy back into hand. I don't want to scoop up the Beedrill. That would be a mistake. I could retreat, though, in which case I probably shouldn't have used the Training Court that turn into him. So he's at 230, does 180, still short without. So I think I could boss up the Coughing if I'm concerned about that. That's my other play here, right? I think I'm going to hit him with this. My thought is I've taken 3 prizes. In order to get the Eternatus out of the active, well, they'll have to attach Hiding Dark. They could attach Hiding Dark, retreat to Coughing, and evolve it into Wheezing. They can't attack with Wheezing, though. So let's see what happens. They're going to Marnie. If my Stadium sticks in play, I'm in very good shape, because then I can hit into the Wheezing. All right, so that's not bad at all. So right now, even if I were to get knocked out, I have access to another Beedrill with my Single Strike Mustard, because I can Ultra Ball away the 2 cards, the Incense, and the Choice Belt. I can play either one of them. Now that's an interesting play, I'll say. So what's the HP there? 120. So, I have Choice Belt. So I think I want to use my ability. So I have game now. So that's it. So this deck it wasn't the matchup I was expecting, but it ran through quite nicely. And it shows that you don't have to just use Persistent Sting. The Beedrill, the second attack, is useful for sure. I will now gust up the Eternatus VMAX, and I should take my 3 prizes. It's for 140, so that gets it to 360. So not one-shotting in this case, 3-shotting, but 3-shotting is okay. my opponent really struggled. So my opponent has to discard down their board. It would be nice. The PTCGO was a similar way too. At this point, the game stalled until my opponent discards, and it'd be better if the game should just end automatically. The fact that in PTCGO it took your prizes automatically with your final prizes, I think was a plus. And there we go. Oh, that's a lot of points there for my experience points and the ladder. I'm not used to that many. I wonder if they've reset that, because I thought it was below 200 before. So I think I may have up a level to level 17. Get 50 gold, which just goes towards, or coins, which goes towards cosmetics. Not a big deal there. And I might have knocked out both my daily quests, which were attaching tools. So anyway, so there you see the deck. It worked pretty smoothly there. And there's other ways to play the deck and ways to win the game. So you just kind of have each turn. It's a little bit of a puzzle with a number of options. And I think it's a fun deck. I suggest you try it out. If you have suggestions for how to improve the build, please leave a comment below about that. And have a good day playing Pokemon. Take care.